I'm live. Yes, I'm live. What a strange time we're having now. What a strange, um, what a strange environment we're living in now. It is, I still have to pinch myself. What's going on um, with regard to people's behaviour more than anything, and the way that people have, you know, it's unbelievable. It's like something out of a film. I still have to pinch myself that all this is going on. Um, to be honest, it's quite bizarre, um, and it's weird because it's kind of like really shown in this day and age what people are like, how much they disregard any any other any other um, any others any other people really. It's yeah, it's very bizarre what we're going through at the moment. Um, I don't think no one really knows what's going to happen. No one really knows, how it's going to pan out over the next few months, few years. Well, better not be. So yeah, it's going to be strange, strange to say the least. Toilet rolls. I do not understand the toilet roll scenario. Why people kind of like congregating onto the supermarkets to kind of like get toilet rolls. Don't get that at all. Um, I don't really get a lot why this is happening. Why the way people behave the way they do. It's is it the media? Yeah, most probably the media scaremongering. Yeah, most probably scaremongering. It's a strange thing. I don't think I've ever come across this type of thing in my lifetime. Um, Let me know if any of you lot have. Don't think so. So, boys and girls, welcome back to another live one. At the moment, not a lot is happening. I'll stay on for about half hour, see if anybody's gonna come up trumps and knock in with a couple of comments and stuff in this rather strange environment we're living in now. So I've just done some beer. I've done about 4 beer reviews. I'm actually drinking a lovely, beautiful Polish IPA, which Christoph from our Station popped in. Well, gave me this morning. It's quite weird when you see someone who's you've been watching for a while on the internet and suddenly you see them in physical form. It's quite strange, to be honest. Yeah. But it was nice in a nice type of way. Anyway, yeah. So I'm drinking this black IPA. It's a lovely, lovely beer. It really is. So I'm glad he gave it to us. It's beautiful stuff, as ever, as ever. So, um, yeah. So I haven't got any viewers at the moment. I don't know how long I'm going to keep this up for. Um, to be honest, but I keep going. I keep do. I keep kind of like rolling on. I don't know if someone's watching something else or people are in so much self isolation they haven't bothered watching us. I don't mind, but it's not looking good at the moment. Um, so yeah, what else was I gonna say on this? I'm 4.5 minutes in. I picked this. Wow, I found this at the back of my cupboard. I'm gonna drink that in a minute. Um, so yeah, it's strange times we're living in, and of course, the government have decided to close all the pubs and clubs, which is fair dues. You can't be too careful, can you? Whenever there's an inkling of a virus, I can't let the cat. Come on, that's it. Good girl. When there's an inkling of something like this happening, um, I suppose you've got to you know reassess everything. I can't really blame the government for being what they are and the way they're acting at the moment. I think they're doing you know, from what I see, they're doing, the best job of keeping their house in order before this whole thing, if it does, fingers crossed it won't, this whole thing goes into overdrive and starts really doing some damage. But you know, at the end of the day, it's just the way it is, isn't it? It's something that we're gonna have to kind of like adapt to and try to live with, without getting too paranoid about stuff what's going on. So for me, it's something which um, we're gonna have to live with, and oh God, I have to let the cat out again. I have to let the cat out again. She's just walking around, and she's kind of like start walking around and picking her moments as ever. So yeah, um, so we have to see what's going on. We have to see if I think it's going to last for about 3 months. Yeah, it's going to last for about 3 months, and I think bloody cat. She wants out. Excuse me. No, cat's coming back. No, the cat's going over there. Go on, go on. There you go. I think it will last. This whole business with what's going on, I think it will last for about 3 months. Um, can't see it lasting any longer, to be honest with you. Uh, but you never know. People said 18 months, but you know, you never know. So there's not anybody watching waffling on. Until when we come to lockdown, I'll be doing this every bloody week, every day. I just go in with black IPA. I wait to see if somebody comes up. Mm, that's lovely. That's lovely. So yeah. And got no comments at the moment. Maybe too many people self-isolating. Um, so that's the way it goes. So yeah, to see everything shut down and that, it's quite scary, I suppose. People think it's kind of like end of days, if you know what I mean. It's kind of like too many people thinking of, maybe we should kind of like I don't know why I'm doing this live stream. I really don't. I'm trying to make conversation, but I don't think it's going to work, is it? To be honest, I'll tell you what. I'll give this another 5 minutes. Let's see if anybody pops on, but I don't think anybody is. To be honest, it's a bit dead out there. Um, to be honest, I'll just let it. Let the time tick over. See if anybody comes on, but I don't think they will. It's just one of them. I don't think it's going to be much cover. I'm going to drink this black IPA. If I drink this black IPA that Christoph has given me, if there's nobody up on that viewing count, I won't bother. I won't bother. I'll go again. Still nobody. It's strange, this. Nice black IPA, by the way. Not a lot's going on. I might get a view in a minute. What have we got? Oh, no, we haven't got a viewer at all at the moment. This is it's great. Too many people, too busy doing other things. But I tell you what, they won't be going to the pub, will they? No, they won't be going to the pub. 10 minutes in. I'll carry on waffling on. I might as well. Until I finish the black IPA, and then I'll knock it on the head. I may get a comment in a minute, but it's not looking good at the moment. It's dead quiet, dead quiet. But that's the thing when you do a live thing, you know, you don't know how many people are going to watch you, and you're not too sure if anybody will watch you, obviously, because people are doing other things and everything. So I'll just carry on and persevere, but it's not looking good, to be honest. It's just not. I got a feeling tonight there's not going to be anybody out there. Well, I'll carry on, boys and girls. Professional to the end, but it's not looking good. And yeah, it certainly isn't. So yeah, I mean, oh, I've got a viewer. I've got a viewer. Someone's out there watching this because I managed to get another viewer, which is great. Just wish I'd get a comment. Excuse me, I've got a cough. Oh, he's turned off. He's buggered off. So I've got 2 views on this so far. Oh. we got a comment. I've got to put it out because there's nothing else. Stay safe, brother. That's right, boys and girls. I should say safe. I think everybody should. There's a little bit of what's the word? There's a little bit of anxiety, a bit of I don't know, a bit of there's a little bit of people going a little bit too there's people, you know, there's a little bit of I don't know, it's a strange atmosphere at the moment. It's kind of like oh, got another comment from Pablo. Hello, Pablo. No, there won't be any beer in the shops. Because people just kind of like it feels like people just thinking of themselves and not thinking of anybody else. It just feels like self-preservation more than anything else. It doesn't feel like that we're all in this together. I know the government say that we're all in this together and everything, but it just feels like everybody out there is out for themselves, and it's a really selfish attitude to have. And you know, if you go back to the Second World War, people were looking out for each other. Everyone was looking out for each other. But now it's kind of like everyone's kind of like out for themselves and that. And I think it's absolutely disgusting the way people have behaved. And I'm angry at the supermarkets as well for letting this happen. Why should they, you know, they're letting this happen. They're kind of like standing back and letting everybody just go into these stores and just ransack the place just to get what they want. And it's wrong. It really is. So, yeah, it's terrible stuff. We got another comment from Pablo. Yeah, that's what it is. It's wrong. It's something which doesn't make me proud as an Englishman. Put it that way. It's something that people should be ashamed of themselves. To be honest, um, because there's enough for everybody. And the toilet roll thing. What the hell is the toilet roll thing about? I haven't got a clue what that is all about. The toilet roll thing. Um, why people just go for the toilet roll is beyond me. It's beyond any rational thought. It's unbelievable. It really is. Why do people act like that way? I haven't got a clue. Um, you tell me. Anybody out there who's watching this who thinks why the hell people going for toilet roll and stuff like that? Just stick it in the comments and I'll reply to you. But I haven't got a clue why people act like that. I really don't. I really don't. So, you know, I just think it's totally out of order. I really do. I think people should start to think of other people and think of people who are worse off than them. Because I'll tell you what, every time we go shopping and whatever, we get what is needed. That's it. We don't do anything else. So um, it's crazy. It really is. Pablo, my man, crazy. Yeah, he is crazy. He is absolutely unbelievable. Do you think this is a smokescreen for something bigger? Well, I've heard plenty of things going on, to be honest. Conspiracy theories, whether this whole virus was invented by the Russians to kind of like um, interrupt everybody's economies. I've heard other stories about is this a way of preventing the UK from leaving the EU and stuff? And uh, who knows? Who knows? But if it's real, it's real, and that's the way. You know, we should always kind of like David Icke. I remember David Icke. Yeah, he did a great interview the other day, and it was taken down after 4 minutes. I've never seen the David Icke. Please tell us exactly what he said in that, because it is a crazy thing what's going on at the moment. The way the politicians are acting, the way that the governments are acting, it's a strange thing what's going on about shutting down the pubs, shutting down this, shutting down that. Is there an underlying factor beyond this? I could say to you, yeah, there could be. There could be something behind this, some thought process of somebody somewhere in a higher state. You know, yeah, there could be, really could be. So yeah, I'll be quite interested to know exactly what is ideology is behind towards it, but it just feels weird, the whole thing. um I'm still working at the moment. um Lots of people still working. There's others I know who are not working. There's restaurants shut down. There's a lot of things going on which is um not good, if you know what I mean. And it just feels like that this thing about people. It just feels like people saying that China, when China got it, were they saying exactly? Were they lying to people? How many have died from it? How many suffered from it? The doctor who discovered it. he had to sign a disclaimer saying he never heard of it before and he wasn't feeling ill from it and stuff like that. And suddenly he died. Funny enough, that's what they want to tell you. And then you think about, I saw a vlog from a guy who's on the he's on a ship just off Japan, cruise liner. Said he was basically put. It took you through all the process of when he got it and what it did to him and when he survived it. And you think, is this for real or what? Is this some bizarre form of propaganda? Because the media have taken this whole scenario of this thing and blown it out of proportion. I could be wrong. Yeah. Is this whole media kind of like orgy of information regarding this? Is it taken over everybody's lives? Is this what it's meant to do? Is this the whole thing to do to make people start to think and reassess everything they've done? It makes you think outside the box in a way. It's totally bizarre. I come from an ideology that there's always something extra there. There's always something there which nobody sees. You know what I mean? Or overthink a situation where you think, is this beyond rational thought? Yes, it is. What's behind it? So it's always something which I always think, beyond it, beyond what the media says, because at the moment the media is the ones which are pushing all of this like a snowball effect. So it's a lot of things which don't add up. The rate of deaths in different countries, the rate of Iran. That's Iran. No one has mentioned anything of the countries around Iran, but I've mentioned Iran, UK. The emphasis on UK. Of course, we live here, but no one's mentioned beyond London. No one's mentioned Manchester, Birmingham. The Leeds, big cities. No one's mentioned that. Let's see what's coming up. That's fair enough. I mean, there's something going on, isn't there, at the end of the day? But if you look beyond what the media tells you, it makes you think whether or not there is something underlying. Because they're coming up with figures, they're coming out with people who've suffered through this, but there's no real. I would not say evidence, but there's no real kind of like well, I say is evidence. There's nothing to back it up. The government have come out with all these kind of like different. They come out with all these different types of things they're going to do. They're going to pay 80% of your wages. They're going to do this, going to do that. They're going to get billions of pounds from a pot which nobody knows how it's going to be repaid back. And I just feel like this whole thing is a bit, it's surreal in a way, with all these kind of like things that's going around the world. China have suddenly decided to say that they haven't got no more new cases of this, and they're back to normal. I mean, they're back to normal, and Germany apparently have got no deaths. I don't think they've got any deaths. Plenty of cases. Spain's gone through the roof. There's no kind of like what's I say, clarity in it. I don't know. It just feels that it's something a little bit, um, doesn't add up with this. It just doesn't. I've always been a conspiracy theorist, about people landing on the moon. Did they land on the moon and stuff like that? There's always an element of doubt in what I think. That's the way my mind works. But when you look at the current situation, you look at it started in China. No one's mentioned India, which borders with China. Okay, India is more mass populated. It's a lot more people. I don't know if it's not more mass populated than China, but it's still a big populated country. And no one's mentioned any other countries except specific ones. And I don't know. There's a new comment coming up from Pablo. If you mod me, I can post a link. If not, just type in. I will type in David Icke and I give it a go. But it just feels weird that all what the government's doing is kind of like telling you what you think and telling you what you want to know without kind of like backing up any information, because there's a lot of things which are missing out of this, because there's a lot of countries which haven't really kind of like said anything about their mortality rate or anything in this whole crisis, because Russia have been very, very quiet. Like I said, Germany been very, very quiet. It's the UK, which we all know. Spain's gone through the roof. Like I said, Italy, well, northern Italy has gone through the roof, and it makes me think also that is this kind of like virus regional? Because I looked at a map of northern Italy, well, Italy itself, this week, and from the south, it's very light in kind of like cases of it. If you go towards the north, it was kind of like, everybody's got it in a way, but no one's kind of like, there's no kind of like medium. So yeah, this is very interesting. Yeah, the biggest country, landmass. I don't know about population, Pablo. I'd like to know, but it's the biggest landmass in the world, and it's got no cases. Come on, something's not right, and something's not adding up, is it? And this whole kind of like thought process I have, what is goes back to the incident in Salisbury in England, where you had a couple of Russian people who kind of like flew over to Salisbury, and suddenly they decided to kind of like plant this kind of like drug, or it's kind of like, you are. I'm doing live link. You are. Yeah, I'll be down in a minute. Wife's just feeding the cats. It's all kind of like this whole thing about Salisbury and what happened there with people kind of poisoning. Two Russian guys went to Salisbury, started to kind of poison. It makes you think, doesn't it? It gives you the doubt, the doubt of what's going on. And when China announced all these, death rates and stuff, and people, how many people were dying off it. Was it a true reading? It makes you think exactly, you know, what was going on. Um, yeah, it does. Hit nail on the head. It does border with everybody in a way. Not everybody, but you know, and it just there's just some sinister feeling about this. It won't go away. It really won't. Um, because it just feels like this whole bizarre scenario is set out to ruin economies more than anything else. If you ruin a country's economy, it kind of like you do ruin the country, don't you? In a way, and you know, whatever the whatever the criticism the British government have got over this whole crisis, you got to hand it to them to a way because they've kind of like well prepared. They've already decided what route they're going to do with closing specific places, public places. But it just feels like someone's pulling the strings on all of this, and we haven't got hope in hell in controlling it, bringing the control back. It feels like somebody else is controlling this whole bizarre scenario, if you know what I mean. You must probably won't. I'm going to drink the beer anyway. Mm. Yeah, it just feels a little bit strange. It does. So there's nothing really. Oh, let's see what Pablo says. Oh, it's the start of a catch. It could be. Who knows what's going to happen? You know, something out of Mad Max. I don't know. Is it something bizarre? Yes. Something which is going to turn everyday life on its head. Yes. Um, will it make certain people in this society? Will it make them appreciate things in a different light? I hope so. Because you know the way it's been for a good 20, 30 years, you know, consumerism and everything, and people think they can do what the hell they want, you know, people think they can have plastic surgery and do what the hell they want. But is this a reality leveler for it for people? Most probably. Um, is it going to make people appreciate other people? I hope so. I really do. Let's see what we got. Well, you couldn't say it could be controlled by 5G. Yeah, it could be. You don't know. I don't think you know exactly what this whole process is all about and what it entails. I think um, it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see what, you know, with everything, the way people are behaving, it's bringing out the worst behavior in people. Um, you know, and it just stinks, the whole thing, to be honest. Um, I'm still working. I don't know whenever I will stop working. I like everybody else, we're kept in the dark like mushrooms. Yeah, you could be only joking, but there is, you know, there is an element of substance behind that comment, to be honest, Pablo. You don't know. You haven't got a clue. Controlled by something else far greater. It's I don't think the world will be the same again, though. To be honest, I don't think it will be. I think it's another 9/11 moment. I think it's gonna change significantly. Um, if you ask me how it's gonna change, I couldn't tell you, but I know that this whole world won't be the same again. Everything we'll do will be different. Um, so it's funny, isn't it? It always takes something like a great crisis for like this to kind of like turn it on its head in a way, and make people reassess what they do and think differently. Um, so yeah, it's a strange thing to do, but nah, I don't know what to say anymore about it. To be honest with you, about Pablo, it's a weird situation. But what I know is that every if once we get shut down, if we get shut down, I'll be doing a live thing every day to. I think I'm back. Didn't know what happened there. Whereas my internet's playing up tonight. To be honest, I wasn't going to do a live one because I didn't think many people would be on. To be honest, and it's just for my reason. Don't think anybody's be on. Um, so yeah, so I'll be up. No worries, Pablo. No worries, mate. It's nice actually talking to somebody a little bit different. Um, yeah, so it's yeah, it's a strange one. What's going to happen? Um, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you what's going to happen. But I can tell you now that you should all, anybody who watches this, I don't know if many people will be on tonight or anything. I'm going to cut this one short, to be honest, because I'm not getting much kind of like viewing. But all I can say is whatever happens, happens, and take it on the chin. Um, got another comment. See if I can bring that up. Thank you very much, Pablo. Pablo, mate. Honest, it's a pleasure talking to somebody different. I don't know. I'll have to look see if I'm a subscriber to your channel. To be honest, um, I'll have a look anyway. Um, thank you very much for commenting. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I try to do this every Saturday. If you join us. But all I can say is, we don't know what's going to happen. Next week will be interesting to see what happens. And yeah, so I'll start posting more stuff up. So thank you very much, Pablo, especially watching this one. It's a short one, but there's not much going on tonight. So cheers, everybody. Cheers, Pablo, mate. And that